Oh, buddy, welcome back. Let's get back in here. Jason said he might join us here in a little bit. We shall see. Share. What is this? Is grow score for real? Why am I getting recommended grow score? Wait, is he really doing amateur porn? Or is that like a meme? Wait, I thought there was some kind of meme or something. Okay, Aatrox is banned.
Your worst decision will haunt you.
Wait, no, wasn't it the owner? Or no, I'm thinking of Ocelot. Some weird CGI. I don't know. So weird. Like, Twitter just like... I don't know why he recommended grow score. I guess because a lot of people are watching him. Or something? I don't know. I'm going down the... Never doubt the system. Something about grow score? I don't know. I mean, it's cool, I guess. Like, people are just going to be fascinated because it's, like, weird. Because you're, like, a league guy, and now you're making, like, what sounded like from his tweets, like, amateur cuck porn. Like, yeah, people are going to be fascinated, and it's going to get a negative response from a lot of people. Not necessarily a bad thing. You can do what you want to do, man. But, like, if you post it on Twitter and you have a big following, and it's something that's, like, any, like, insanely massive shift in how people perceive you, especially for something that's not only porn, but is a very specific kind of porn that's a lot of people would probably consider fetish. Like... And many... Yeah. I mean, I guess I won't go too far into it. I haven't watched this video. But yeah, I mean, that's cool if that's what you're into, I guess. But it's like, you're naive if you think you can post that and you're not going to get a lot of, like, negative commentary. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably not a lot of your audience. I mean, there might be some people that are into that, but that's like, it's a very, like, it's a pretty niche thing. It's not, you don't have the audience for that yet on Twitter. So yes, most people are going to perceive that as somewhat of a negative thing. So again, I mean, it's cool if that's what you're into and that, you know, that's what you want to do. But again, like, so many people are naive about, like, audience and rhetoric. It's like, if you post something like that up, you need to understand you're going to get a negative response. And be cool with that. Otherwise, don't post it. I mean, you can rebrand yourself, but it's going to take, like, it takes time. I mean, some people have audiences that are ride or die, like, no matter what, right? But, like, and I'm sure some of his fans are like that. God damn it. Rory was... I should not let her touch my mouse, because she fucks with these, like, speed settings, and it just never feels right. I mean, I love Rory, obviously, but when she messes with the mouse, she just, like, randomly clicks all the buttons, and then I can't figure out which, like, speed setting it's supposed to be on. So, yeah, I mean, whatever he wants to do sexually, as long as everybody's cool with it, sure, but it's, like, you can't be surprised that a lot of people are gonna have somewhat of a negative response for a variety of reasons. Initially, to something like that. Especially on Twitter, you know, like, if you're doing an OnlyFans or something... and it's like your paid subscribers, yes, those people are probably going to be more, like, positive about it. But... I've got to turn down the mouse a little bit, I think. Now it feels too slow. Alright.
Life sucks without time, but it is less complicated. This planet goes down.
That feels too weird. Oh my god, that's too fast though. I'm just gonna have to... on my next back, alright, I gotta go slow here, and then on my next back, I've gotta... I used to do, like, full-on max DPI, but I think that was before I, like, with shitty old mouses that really didn't have, like, million-dot DPI like this one does. Like, the sensitivity on it's just, like, insane if you crank it all the way up. So yeah, I mean, it's just like so many people need to take my freaking class, or like take some kind of rhetoric class, or like understanding audience class, because it's just so crucial, not only professionally but for personal lives, because so many people are so naive about how, like, communication works and how audiences work. Even, like, in theory, you know, smart people, right? Like Elon Musk with Twitter and stuff like that. It's like, he posted something about maybe 2023 will be filled with logic and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I got to thinking about that. And it's really when someone says that something is logical or someone else is being illogical, it really says to me, I don't understand rhetoric. Because there's really not such a thing as, like, logic or illogic unless you are talking strictly about something abstract like mathematics. When you're talking about people, there's just persuasion or not persuasion, right? Either you're gonna convince somebody to do something or think something, or you're not. Because we aren't logical, because logic is abstract, and we're real people with real biases. Real people with real biases, with real experiences. Like, we can't be abstract because we're not. So when someone says, oh, like, I gave them this math equation, 1 + 1 is 2, and therefore they don't believe my political beliefs, it's like, no, dude, that's not how it works. You don't understand them. You don't understand their values. And you're just trying to pass it off as them being illogical or dumb, which is like, Maybe they are, but like it's on you to try to understand how to persuade them. It's just like an excuse at being a bad communicator. If you're saying, oh, these people won't believe me because they're illogical, it's like, no, you just don't know how to talk to them. Like, some people are more challenging if their views are very different than yours. But someone who's really good at rhetoric and persuasion can persuade anybody of almost anything. No, Rory, don't press it when Daddy's playing this one, okay? It's very competitive. What did you want? Okay. I can check it out in just a little bit. I bet it's great. No, that's like a hot take, but it's just like when more and more when people say facts and when people say logic, they're usually using that to like, oh my god, really? They're usually using that as like a crutch against why their persuasion is ineffective. Okay. Did she flash? I think they flashed and ignited. Did she not? Okay, Rory, honey. Okay, she's gotten into this habit of like grabbing my arm and jumping on the chair behind me and like randomly tapping the keyboard.
I'm coming.
Living the dream. The dream.
I'm almost at you. You're going down.
An enemy has been slain.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair. Ooh.
Do I have to get... I really don't want to get Mercs this game. Against Maokai. Maokai is like one of the worst matchups for sure for Rakan. If I can pull him under tower though...
An enemy has been slain.
I embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
Okay, hang on. Okay, so he's going AP. He's a cannon. Okay, good. Well, damn it, she just thinned it. It's still pushing against us. Who's fed? Zed? Dude, Zed is like always fed, man. I just hard counter him late game if I'm playing Rakan. Great, okay. Rory's just been a lot more hands-on lately. She's just like constantly running up, like grabbing me, and life is such. Ow, Rory.
A summoner has been
Guess I disrespected him a little bit there. No, they're gonna dive. Okay, I gotta start off with Mercs.
Dad, did you die?
I did not die, I just had to back.
Why did you have to
I had to heal up at the base. She's gonna die, right? Like, I don't know, I'm almost here.
I'm done my
How did the Star Guardian see anything?
Okay, that's
So
cool.
darn sparkly.
Rory,
an ally has
Rory, give Daddy space, okay? Give me a second.
enemy double kill.
Can't kill
Well, I got knocked up, cataclysmed.
Wear it like a sweep. Might be way more fun if you give up the rules.
Okay, can you...
An enemy has been slain.
Where's Big Poe, honey? Can you find something else to do?
I just want to play neighbors.
You want to play what?
Neighbors with
Sucks without Zaya.
Okay,
But it
well,
is less complicated.
Daddy's not gonna be able to do that for very much because I told you Daddy's working. We can play some more tomorrow. I'll come down and look into the house in a second, but I can't stay down there for very long.
Most good guys just kidding themselves.
You can like play for this one. Or
Maybe. The thing is, people are watching, and if I'm not here, then they're just watching a chair, so I can't stay down there for very long.
Boring. I'm way more fun now.
People are watching Daddy on the camera. We can't see them, but they can see us. Now, is that weird?
no, it is not. Ah, I think it's out of control now.
Okay.
Driving crazy. That's why you in the water.
Well, I'm just coming over here. Fuck. Went too early.
Enemy has been slain.
Okay, well, she's gonna die though, I think, right? She burns out? No way! Okay, well. Alright, Rory, please.
An ally has been slain.
The universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along. Embrace darkness.
I know, Jess, but like, she's out of school. We've been hanging out all day.
Sad, lonely light bulbs
Like
floating
12
in
hours.
space, evolving endlessly in a cycle they can't control. Anyone have chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
Rory, honey.
What?
Can you want to watch Small Poe over there on the couch for a little bit, and then we'll go downstairs and play Neighbors?
Okay. Fine.
Daddy's just gotta focus. Whoa, whoa! Are you okay? Honey?
Darkness is the new
Yeah,
hot.
I'm alright.
Turret plating will fall soon.
It's alright.
Okay.
Enemy killing spree.
Sad Sir Sparkle almost full.
Yeah.
Yes. And it has a lot of energy.
Let's destroy everything they hold and then laugh in their faces.
Okay. I'm gonna watch on the couch over there, though. It's like, this recliner is cool, like if I'm grading essays or just sitting here reading or doing something, you know, chill. Just doing some auction house stuff on WoW or like just watching a YouTube video or something. Like, that's cool, but it's like when I'm doing something that requires a lot of focus, like playing League or whatever, then it's really hard when someone's like running around, randomly grabbing you, you know, just rocking the chair. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And I love her, and obviously, you know, I like being with her, but also, sometimes Daddy just needs his space. Usually she's really good about that. She's awesome at working with like playing by herself. And we play too. I'm gonna see if I can take her to the park tomorrow. I think maybe that's part of what's going on today's. She's not in school and it's just kind of a cold, rainy day. We just kind of hang out in the house all day and just a lot of extra energy. So maybe tomorrow we can go to a park or something. Just fed Katarina. It's annoying. Do I do Locket versus Cat just because she's such high burst? Or do I just stick to the plan? A lot of it's burst. I think I might actually do Locket here.
I am bad because I'm free, and I'm free because I'm bad.
Wants Taco Bell. Okay. So yeah, and we're trying to do more. We actually did play, trying to find more activities we can both do. We did play Switch, this game called Overcooked, which was really pretty cool. Maokai is so obnoxious. I mean, they're gonna get that tower probably.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being alone. Oh, the spiky space squids are no good.
You have slain an enemy.
Yeah, we lost tower too, and Cat got another kill. Did get a shutdown on it though. I think, did I get the shutdown?
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
It's not good.
An ally has been
Fuck no.
slain.
Alright.
I love evil, and evil loves me.
Oh, that is true. Is she gonna get Shadow Flame? Do we know that? No one else on the team. Well, I guess there is Shield Bow.
Then I embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
We can wait and see.
I'm gonna go stare in the mirror.
Because they have the same items.
My cloak is woven from the whispers of starfields, the secrets of the galaxies, the wind of the seventh moon. Ooh, and it swishes. Swish, swish.
No, we can't. We can't.
Being bad just feels so good.
Are these guys serious right now? I have a Magi Soul Stealer, so that's why you died. People just really reach for anything, like any reason to like, they just really want to just like not play the game. It's like, why are you playing the game if you don't want to like play the game? It's like, well, I only want to play if I'm 10-0 at 5 minutes. Otherwise, I don't want any sort of real challenge.
Boring.
I just want people to hand stuff to me. I need to hit level 11. And it's just like, I don't know, it's such a just disgusting sense of entitlement. It's kind of everywhere. I just sound like an old man, but it really is. Like, if anyone has to work for anything, they don't want it.
Enemy rampage. Enemy double kill.
Of course, fucking Jarvan. How did he even get there? I guess he was right here. It's like we have so much vision.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, it is... They have a lot of bursts with Katarina. So I don't know, maybe it wasn't the best choice, but... Like, all you need, I've said this before with the item, people think if you don't have a 25 stack Mage Eye, it's a wasted item. It's a cost-efficient item at 6 stacks. That's literally, like, 2 fights. Maybe even 1 good fight with assists. And you're back to 6. Anything else is bonus. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Good to see you, man. How's everything going?
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
It's like, the thing is, the game's basically even, too. I mean, they have a lot more towers, but...
Life sucks for Zaya.
We have really nice scaling. Katarina's gonna fall off. Like, GP's obviously gonna get stronger. I think Lilia scales pretty well.
Most good guys just cheat themselves. I'm waiting for one now.
Really? He flashed that? Okay. Well, we kill everybody else there, right? Enjoying the rain season. Oh, it actually rains? I mean, I guess it has to rain at some point in the desert. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford Radiant Virtue this game. Like, I'm so poor. I might just have to go for Locket.
This place will look different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter? Dark matter everywhere. As far as the eye can see.
It does give everyone else, I think, 3 resist, so it'll give everyone 6 extra magic resist, too. No, 9 extra magic resist.
I only believe in myself.
Because I'll have 3 legendaries with my ward item, Mage Eyes. These things do, like, 0 damage. What the fuck stopped me from Wing?
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
Was it a Jarvan knock-up again? Something stopped me from knocking Cat up with my W. Maybe it was Maokai Root. Things are good. I mean, obviously this game's touch and go, but like, overall, life's good. What is it, Rory? Okay, well, where's the last place we had it? I think it was it downstairs at your house?
Turret has been destroyed.
Okay.
Enemy killing.
think everybody just dies here, right? Like,
Enemy double
I don't know. We can't.
triple
Why? It was 1v4. Oh, now they probably just win. They're probably just gonna report me for getting Mage Eyes early. Like, oh, we lost. Rakan got Mage Eyes. It's nothing to do with face checking a third dragon with 3 people.
A summoner has disconnected.
It's going well. Yeah, she just turned 1 last month. Doing well. I mean, she's been sick some. I feel like I've been sick last semester more than I have like almost ever. I got like 2 stomach viruses, probably at least like 5 respiratory things. Yeah, it's kind of rough. I just felt like she's always sick, but that's just like daycare, I guess. They try to regulate it, but I mean, everyone's gonna try to send their kid in as much as possible because people just can't take off work to stay home with kids if they're sick. Why is this stupid taskbar like up? I don't understand its behavior sometimes. There. It's like randomly hide or unhide. Okay, let me grab the chat. Alright, let me get her blankie real quick. How are things with you and your family? Alright, Roy. Let's go see if we can find blankie.
I'm bringing this.
Sorry, guys. Where? Okay, there's my coffee cup. All right, let's get back in there. Wifey's 3 months pregnant. Congrats. How's your job situation going? I know you were like, I think you were starting a new job, or you were looking for another job, or something like that. I'm sorry that took a little bit down there. She just kept asking for more stuff. She's like, I want cereal. I want this and that, this and that. Entertain her for a little bit. Appreciate y'all just hanging out watching the chair for a second. Have I seen the 9.5k Challenger Rush bet? What, people are betting like $10,000 on who's going to hit Challenger first in the new season? Or is there like a pool of money? Basically, they're all just pitching in and gambling about it. Still unemployed. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, hopefully you find what you're looking for. Okay. That's interesting. No, I mistyped the S. I meant to ban Aatrox. I really hope they don't get Aatrox. Okay, they banned it anyways. It's fine. Blind first pick set top. Damn it, I can't scout him. Really? 19 people think they have a chance of getting Challenger first? I mean, I guess there are 50 people in Challenger right now. I mean, part of it's just like how much time you... I mean, you need like a good win rate, but you got to put in a hell of a lot of time. The unranked to Challenger, I think the guy... Now, I don't know how good... I mean, he's a one-trick Kindred, but I think Forest Within did it with the highest win rate from, like, unranked to Diamond. Hey, what's up, Carl? Yeah, we've just played one game so far. Oh, man. It's such an obnoxious combination. Akali and Zillion. Because, like, Zillion makes it really hard to engage and kill anybody. And then Akali, like, so what's good against Zillion is usually, like, sustained teamfight champions. Like a Soraka-esque type of champion is very good against Zillion. But Akali's very good against those champs. So you really don't want to see, like, Assassin Zillion. I mean, I can't play anything other than Rakan into Akali or I'm just going to die, I think. I mean, I could play, like, Leona or something, but I can't play, like, Lux or Zyra or whatever. Yeah, any sort of engage. I mean, the thing is, like, Rakan can hit multiple people with his engage comfortably, and he still does some stuff after his engage. Like, he still has shields. I think their team's a lot better than ours. But can always outplay. I mean, we were kind of coming back in that last game. It's just everybody tried to fight the well, it's not everybody. They walked blind into third dragon. I wasn't there, and our top laner wasn't there, and no one from the enemy team was in top lane. So it wasn't even our top laner. It was Zed, who was our most fed person, I think. So it's like they opted into a 3v5 with no vision when we're behind, or at least even, and they got engaged on, and then everyone just kept trickling in and dying. Zed tried to run it in like 1v4. It's like you can't do that kind of shit against Maokai. Like, he has so much CC, like, you're not going to do anything cute. Like, you can't really outplay that. Anivia seems like kind of a Garbo champ. I don't know, like, Anivia against Warwick and Udyr might be okay, sort of. Like, at least she does some sustained damage. Yeah, Kali matchup seems hard. Set just seems... I don't know. He's against Udyr. Maybe... I don't know how that matchup goes. Set just seems like a really bad champ these days. I don't know. His best role might actually be support if he's going to be played. But he's just, like, really immobile. And they've nerfed, like, his like, damage punch thing a lot over time, where it doesn't do as much true damage. Because his thing before, what made him really OP was it's just, like, his baseline numbers were just dumb. Like, he would just true damage, you know, clap somebody with no items for, like, 700 or something on release.
They don't always go wrong.
Really?
But they just, like, dialed him back so much, and just... With his kit, he just doesn't scale that well, because he doesn't really have, like, much movement speed. He has some potential to outplay with, like, his grab. Like, there's some stuff he can do, but
Summoner's Rift.
he's just very immobile, and I feel like with all the other champions that are mobile, then there's a lot of stuff they can do to, you know, get away from his true damage punch, which is most of his damage. I wanted to say he's kind of like a worse Illaoi. I don't know, maybe that's pushing it, but as far as, like, you just have to opt into fighting him. Like, you just have to stand there.
You okay?
I'm fine.
You're pushing yourself too hard.
It has to be done.
Minions have spawned.
You used the secret call. Is everything all right?
We have a secret call? I just like that sound. Caw-caw! Yeah, gonna be an easy fight.
Gotta get that off of her. Okay.
Yes. But say it anyway.
I love you.
Maybe should have gone shield, but I'm just gonna try to heal her up with Qs. Did she go fleet? Yeah, okay.
I never think. Ugh, thinking. You're gonna marry me today.
First blood.
What's after this?
Another road, another horizon.
Good. It's gonna be okay. Hey, I know.
Alright, as soon as this resets,
An ally has been slain.
it's not good.
Hey, Zaya,
Yeah?
you sexy.
It's so annoying to gank.
Found.
Zillion really is just like a fucking pain in the ass
Darling.
for Rakan.
Attention.
He's probably a top 5, top 5, definitely a top 10 most annoying, like, champ. I don't know what my win rate is against him. I feel like I do beat him fairly often.
Thanks. Not saying I told you so.
Nobody's here.
Hey, Zaya.
Bossy Surma Bay.
Never mind.
I am Rakan.
What's with the accent?
Trying something new. You like it?
No. No, I do not.
You love me because I'm beautiful? Sexy. Love is so cool.
What are those stars
God.
Thanks, babe.
I don't have a stack. Barely got it. Oof.
I wouldn't think.
What? Okay, finally.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy killing spree.
can't kill evil, but you can wear it like a sweet cloak.
That's really annoying. Alright, I'm just gonna get boots. Damn it.
I dance to the beat. The beat called darkness.
Alright, I gotta just wait. Really wanted to get the ring, but honestly, you don't get... Like, you get some value out of ring, but... Hey, what's up, Faded?
Woohoo! I feel a fight coming.
Of course, it had to be fucking 4 people. We could have outplayed that Warwick. I cannot believe the tower stopped attacking that Warwick. Like, he was so close to the tower when I knocked him up or whatever.
What would you do if I died?
I would burn this world to the ground and build a castle from the ashes, where I would live alone.
Zaya? I think we got a problem.
Think or no?
No, we got a problem?
An ally has been slain.
Just
We must keep moving. That exposure's sexy.
Killing spree.
I'll get more.
Nice.
But this guy,
It's lovely.
not as beautiful as you.
An ally has been slain.
Where are we going?
You forgot the time.
No. Yeah. Hey, have you seen his cape?
Rebellions thrive on intrigue.
Enemy rampage.
Really?
are stunning and
I can't believe they have that shit worded.
Why, thank you, darling.
yes, I was definitely talking about you, honey. Okay, you're pushing yourself.
Cannot believe Zillion fucking held that shit.
An enemy is unstoppable.
Do you not have ult? No, he doesn't actually. Okay. Well, they lose a cannon wave, I guess. Wait, we're losing? Oh. Yeah, the set is, set's fucking 0-6.
Shut down.
That's weird. It's almost like first picking an F tier champ in a solo lane's bad.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
Enemy killing spree.
God damn it, Kali just picked up 3 fucking kills off these roams. Do I just force it? I mean...
This place will look different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter? Dark matter everywhere. As far
Well, in a duo, like, if it's a support... It's just solo lanes are obviously, like, so much more matchup dependent, I think, than bot lane is. Because you have, like, other things you can do. I mean, you can play, like, Rammus support or something and, like, roam, you know, and it's not like you're not getting zoned off of CS. You're not, like, I don't know. It's still bad, but I feel like it's not, like, as bad. We're about to get this fucking Zillion here, though. I mean, if you're gonna play goofy shit that's bad, I think support is probably the best place to do it. I don't think you should do it in general, but...
self-control.
I choose my fun.
Warwick's just gonna dive her, or... I don't even know why I have chat enabled. I think it's so that I can still chat if I need to. If you turn off all chat, then you can't talk either. But if you mute, you can still talk. Please, we need this. Damn it. It's gonna be fucking 5 bottom, or 4 basically. I don't have mana.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Hey, Zaya, you sexy.
It's like Udyr and Warwick aren't amazing, but it's like, if you can get Ravenous, like,
Your turret has been destroyed.
I don't know. They can do stuff. Warwick's the type of champ that it feels like he's always like a 52% win rate champion. Now, usually that's in jungle. Most people don't play him, but like, if you're really good on him, because there are, like, he seems easy, but there are moments where,
It's not that I completely lost my sense of hope. It's that the light inside me died a long time ago. Leave
where
me
it
alone,
matters
good-looking
that
shit.
you're, well, like his Q, like when he grabbed me when the fear was about to go off, like right when I did my W, he chomped me and pulled himself over to Zaya and got the fear on her.
I am
And jumping through CC with your R, like timing it right.
I'm bad.
Like, some of that stuff can be fairly high skill cap. So I think to play Warwick on, like, a 7 or an 8 level is fairly easy. But to play him on, like, a 9 or a 10... No fucking way. This idiot really, like... Nice. Okay. And Rengar lived. Okay, that's what we need. I mean, Anivia's kind of getting fed. Today for reference. I don't think Poppy's F tier. I think Poppy's probably like tier 3. She's got a really powerful utility ability, obviously, with her stop movement. Like, she's tanky, she has pretty good base damage. Like, I know there was a Poppy enthusiast. There have been a few Poppy enthusiasts over the years, but... Like, I don't think she's particularly amazing most of the time, but I also don't think she's, like, incredibly horrible either. I just don't have any mana, man. I got it back. Really awkward. I need to complete my Mage Eyes. This is the trouble you get into when you're not snowballing.
Trying something new. You like it?
It's like...
No, I do not.
You'll back with 700 or 800 gold, and like, this is it. Like, you just can't afford anything. So sometimes you just have really bad back timings. And if you don't have the gold to complete your mythic, obviously that's bad too. But we're just giving up bottom tower? Oh, it's disgusting. Blather and King?
An ally has been slain.
I guess we're trading towers. Maybe that's good. Do we have...
Team has destroyed a turret.
We don't have bounties.
Used to be a square. Then
What is it, Ray?
embrace the darkness.
I want my blankie.
Okay, well, honey, I don't know where you put it. This is what happens when you put stuff in random places. We don't know where they are. It's around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is, honey. Where did you put it?
Do you love me because I'm beautiful or because I'm sexy?
Where's the last place you put it, Rory?
Love is so Whoa! Danger brings out my bats. Just kidding. Oh,
Okay. Well, I have no idea where it is. Well, I thought it was downstairs, but we looked there, where the rest of the blankets were. Okay, well, you can go look there.
What are those things the Star Guardians wear?
Shoes.
No, those cool, swoopy, flowy scarf things. I want a blue one.
Why do you never say yes?
It was in my room.
Oh, okay, good.
Found it.
Good. Okay, I mean, they're gonna be at this, probably.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Zaya? I think we got a...
We're just getting beat in every lane.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So that's just fucking worthless. Rengar's really bad too, right now. Especially into Zillion. Didn't they first pick Zillion? Zillion is very strong with a lot of these just like clown champions that have a ton of sustain and tankiness.
We must keep moving.
Because they get so much value out of their health. She got her heal too. I mean, we're kind of in it. It's just that's fucking worthless. Like, if that was a better champ, or even just like, I mean, like Malphite's not great either, but just something that had more utility. I do think Alawi is probably better. I mean, that's a hot take than Set top lane. It's like, at least she can clap an entire team. And, like, has some, you know, quote-unquote poke, right? Like, she can rip a soul away. Set is like, what's his game plan? You literally just walk up and just start punching people, basically. Like, you have an ult, but you can't really engage with it.
No.
Or it's like, it's hard. You have to, like, flank, and you don't have a lot of movement speed. You've got your one little thing. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. A Set hater, but...
How do you like to play?
Udyr's just gonna keep pressuring side lanes, and Rengar and Set can't beat him. It's just Anivia. I mean, are they just gonna...
Definitely talking about you, buddy.
I can't, I mean, we can't hold 4 people off Baron. Nice. How fucking clowny, dude. Well, that got us back in the game. That's exactly what we needed. Get this. Alright, fine. What is back? Prof hates anime, man. They're fine. I mean, I'm not hating on him. Like, he's a handsome man. Digitally. But... I just don't like his kit. I like his physique. I just don't like his kit.
Ooh, Riku, let's destroy everything they hold dear and then laugh in their faces.
I mean, I'm not a gay man, but if I was... he'd probably be near the top of my list. Well, I don't know his personality that much. If I was gay, who would be my man? Interesting question. As vanilla as it is, probably Jace. I'd have to think, but that's someone who jumped out at me. Really handsome guy, good attitude, very smart. Probably a great conversationalist, suave. It's weird, because I'm like down with Jace as a guy if I was gay, but then Evelyn or like Miss Fortune would be my girl. I guess because I'm not like... I mean, Jace is an attractive man, though. I guess it's not that weird, but like personalities are different. Yeah, Jace has a lot of money, too. That's... I mean, he's kind of like Mr. Perfect. But he's not like the bad boy versus like some of the girls.
Let's start a fight.
I don't know, like Miss Fortune and Evelyn would just be like a for fun thing, but if I was really trying to date somebody, like a long-term thing, who have I said before? Maybe Fiora or something? I don't know a ton about their personalities. She's pretty sophisticated though, I think. Oh lord. We're missing a lot of people here. Don't do it to me! No! Fuck. Kill the Udyr, bro. Damn it. My mage eyes. Fuck, I went too hard. Udyr sidestepped me. Did this guy really chase the Kaisa instead of killing the Udyr? I cannot believe she chased the Kaisa instead of killing the Udyr. Fuck, I went too hard. I thought I should have just gone right on the Udyr. I think it was like Anivia walled and like pushed him back.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized
Nice, congrats, Delid.
I don't like being alone. Oh, and spiky space squids are the worst.
They're gonna get dry. That was really, really bad. We were just getting so much momentum, and that was a great fight. And then I just, again, overextended. I didn't have my E. I used double E to get in there. Didn't give myself an escape. And then Anivia walled, and I think that not only pushed
Remember the Afe waterfall?
Udyr out of my W, but it also stopped like my escape route. And then Udyr ran back through like 3 people to chase me down and kill me, and then Zaya doesn't focus the Udyr. So awkward. Does this trigger every time Udyr? This has an internal cooldown, right? 60 seconds, yeah. I was like, he can't just keep pressing R.
I always do.
Oh, she gets the rip on him? She didn't get him. I mean, Zillion just does, like, fucking stone cold nothing. He's like a GA on a stick. Late game. I mean, sometimes that's valuable, but... Team Comp's just catching up with us. Just the chase is too fucking heavy. If we won that fight bottom, we maybe could have carried him.
Your turret has been destroyed.
No, not the cooldown of Udyr's ultimate. The cooldown of the item has a 60-second cooldown. Radiant Virtue, that's what I was looking at. How fucking sad this is, dude.
Ally has been slain.
I mean, I know Warwick's ahead, but like... This just dude literally has no chance, like, to do anything ever. It's like, oh, cool! Like, Udyr's, or Warwick is at 20% health. Set just TP'd in with 100% health. They both have, like, 2.5 items. Let's see who wins this. And it's just, like, not even close. Like, other people came in to help him, but he would have slaughtered him. He just, like, ult, heals his entire bar with Ravenous and Divine Sunder, and then just auto-attacks him and spams Q and kills him. And Warwick's not even, like, OP. Warwick's, like, a C-tier champion all the time. Like I said, he has a good win rate, but he's not Aatrox. And he's still just, like... Set had no prayer. Even, like, 100% health to 20. Yeah, Udyr bought Radiant. Yeah, he's, like, going fucking utility stuff. Cannot damage him. Zillion is kind of like Yumi 2.0. Fuck, I got stunned in the middle of it. I mean, Nivea's like the only person doing any damage. Zaya's doing a little bit, but... Here comes Set. Come on, Nivea. This game, I think Mage Eyes was okay this game, but, well, it's really the fucking Zillion, man. Zillion, it's just like you, me. He's either, like, completely worthless. He's just a GA. Basically. I mean, he does give movement speed.
Perfection doesn't exist. Except for my hair.
But when it's strong, it's strong. It's just like you, me, right? If you have one champion that just gets all the bullshit items. Now he's got a bunch of weird items, to be fair, but just something like that. That's like some tanky champion that just does a hell of a lot of damage, has a bunch of like lifesteal and shields and other nonsense, and you just give him a bunch of movement speed and keep him alive. Like sometimes that's enough. Warwick's flanking.
An enemy has been slain. Has been slain. Has been slain. Your inhibitor is respawning soon. An ally has been slain.
That's cool.
Every day of my life.
I swear, you rolled it.
I'm fine with that.
Has been destroyed.
It's not that Udyr's even OP. It's just like our champion, just no one does any fucking damage. It's like Rengar. I've probably done as much damage as this Rengar. This is just so sad, watching Set try to play this game. Right, honey, give Daddy some space. Wanna lay down behind Daddy? Okay, now, why don't you lay down behind Daddy in the chair? Ingenious Hunter can lower Radiant, but it's not worth giving up. I don't know, maybe for him, but not for What is it?
Are the footsteps over there? In the background over there?
Depends on your perspective. I'm on blue side. Alright, let's go, Set. We got a tower, baby.
Because if you're blue, then you're part of... If you're blue or pink, then you're part of the good guys.
Oh, okay.
And if you're red, then you're part of the
I
bad.
saw stars
Oh,
for a
okay.
second.
I thought red was your favorite color, though.
Yeah, it is.
I thought he was gonna, like, ult through.
Some people didn't. Dad, there I am right there.
Okay. Zaya's starting to do some damage. Maybe.
Ally has been slain.
Dad,
This guy's gonna have 20 deaths this game, this set.
leave right there. Oh, I died.
Yeah? I need to go buy something soon.
Oh, I died again.
I don't know. Feel kind of bad for Anivia. Like, she's playing pretty well. But, I mean, Zaya is about to get enough damage. I mean, they're just gonna walk over and get Baron. It's like, this guy, these two are so incredibly heavy.
Zaya, I think we got a problem.
Think or no?
Ellie giggle.
We got a problem?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess if you're not losing so much money that it's meaningful to you, then and it's just fun. I mean, that's usually my take on gambling, and that's what I see is like buying short expiration stocks.
Last time, it was totally my fault.
What was?
I would at least buy something with a really strong binary thesis, right? Like, that's what I always say. If you want to gamble on stocks, figure out like some drug trial company, something like that, where they've got like a stage 3 trial tomorrow, and if it passes, the stock's going up 10x. If it fails, it's probably going to 0. Versus, you know, something that's just like a generic company with like no news, and you just don't know what the hell it's going to do tomorrow, you know what I mean? Also, stuff with big news, well, it's going to have a big premium, so I guess that's bad if you're buying. It's just a comp thing. I mean, if we won that fight bottom cleanly, if I didn't die and lose all my stacks, and we cleanly got that and picked up tier 2 and like one more dragon, stopped him from souling, maybe we would have had enough momentum, but it was tough. I don't know. I just wouldn't buy Spy. I would not. I like selling Spy because it's diversified and, you know, it's just not going to move a lot. But, like, there's no, like, I mean, I guess macro news, you know, if there's, like, a Jerome Powell, if there's, like, a Fed interest rate meeting or something, I don't know. I just would not try to invest something where I really don't understand the catalyst. Yeah, but it's like, what's the story? Like, why would it go up tomorrow? Oh, there's a jobs report? Okay. Maybe that's enough. I mean, I don't know how much it costs. I mean, basically, if you're buying, then you're saying, like, it really needs to be volatile. Right? Like, it needs to be way more volatile than the thousands of other pros think it's going to be. Because you got to think, like, the other side of the coin is selling it. Right? Whenever you're buying it, someone else is selling it. And when people sell volatility, then there's a premium for that because you don't know what the uncertainty is. So it's going to be more expensive to protect against that uncertainty. Because a lot of pros, if they buy options, is to protect their stocks. It's like buying insurance. So you've got time premium because that's a form of uncertainty. And then you have volatility also built in there, implied volatility. So that's why I just think like you're working against it because naturally stocks are not going to move as much as the volatility suggests, right? That's like where the risk is. It's like insurance companies aren't going to pay out all of their insurance, right? At the same time, usually, unless something crazy happens. So it's like, yeah, they're going to lose money sometimes on individual people, but over time they win. And I feel like it's the same thing with options because historically, like I said, the implied volatility is much higher than the actual volatility. So you might be paying a premium to buy an option of, I don't know, something that's sort of, you know, prorated and blah, 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 that's saying that the S&P 500 is going to move 20% in a year. It's like, well, how often does it move 20% in a year? Right? I mean, hell, hold on. Well, I won't look all that up. I've looked it up before, but it's like the historical volatility, what's the average movement of like the S&P 500 in a year? It's probably something like 10% or less. But at the beginning of the year, it's going to be priced as though it's 15 or 20%. So it's like you're buying something that's priced as though it's going to move 20%. So on a prorated like basis, it needs to move more than 20% on average. So in other words, like short term, yeah, you can hit some stuff. You know, maybe you get it right, maybe you get it wrong. But you know, the house is going to win eventually. Well, yeah, there's idiots. Like, you've seen someone sell uncovered calls. Well, those are clowns. That's what I would say. I'm talking professionals. A lot of money managers don't use options, but the ones that do, the hedge funds and stuff like that, if they're buying it, they're getting it as insurance, right? They're like, okay. And usually it's because they can't move all of their stuff very quickly. Because it would cost a lot in transactions costs, or they're just not allowed to do it because of blah, blah, blah. So they might say, okay, we've got 10,000 shares of Apple. We're not sure if it's going to go up or down. So just in case it completely blows out on earnings and something terrible happens, we're going to buy, 100 puts to protect that at 10% lower, right? So then they get to hold it. They get the long-term capital gains on Apple. They still get the advantage if Apple goes up, but they might buy it like really low, like 10% lower, just in case there's some catastrophic event on those earnings or something like that, like insurance basically. So, they're planning on losing 1% or something like that. Maybe not even that much, maybe 0.5% in order to protect from a 10% downside. That type of thing. But they wouldn't be buying $10,000, 10,000 shares worth of Apple puts or calls without any other position in the stock. So it's like you can do it, but I would consider it a form of very high variance, aka likely gambling, where it's like if you're okay with losing the money, then, and it's just kind of fun. Okay, let me swing by the restroom real quick and I'll be back. I just feel like if what you're after is leverage, like buying options may not be the best way to do it. Like, I'm not as knowledgeable about futures, but I feel like trading E-mini futures or something like that and just rolling it every day so that you don't pay the carry cost, I think that gives you even more leverage, like a shit ton of leverage, if that's what you're after. And I think it's much cheaper roll cost. I'm not 100% because I don't look into those trading strategies in general. But I think like E-mini futures, like that might be something to research. If you just like doing these kind of like weekly or like everyday, like, you know, basically borderline day trading and you want like a lot of leverage, E-mini futures or Forex. Especially if you like macro stuff, you're just trading on stuff like jobs reports, like Forex. You used to be able to get a lot. I tried a little bit of Forex, but there's not a ton of strategy. Like, there's some, but Forex would let you go like 50 to 1 on the leverage or something back in the day. So again, I'm not super knowledgeable about those because I don't recommend those types of Okay, I got you, Delib. That's cool. So, but if that's your game, I just think options aren't a great vehicle to get cheap leverage, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to say, alright, I want to control $10,000 worth of S&P 500, but I don't want to pay $10,000, I just want to pay, you know, whatever the number is, $100, get a 10-bagger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking for a 10x, like, quickly, it's going to involve an insane amount of risk, and you're going to lose, like, probably 90% of the time to get that. But like I'm saying, options are just constructed in such a way to favor sellers rather than buyers, because you pay a premium on the time, and you pay a premium on volatility. Like, futures probably look at volatility. I don't think Forex looks at volatility at all, or time. So you don't have to worry about theta or vega, which are like the Greeks that go into the Black-Scholes like pricing model for options, which I'm not a math like expert. But those are two variables that heavily benefit option sellers than option buyers. Let me see. I mean, it's going to depend on where it is, but oh, you can do micro, which is even cheaper. Again, most of these strategies you're going to lose money. But I'm just saying, if you're going to lose, like, at least give yourself the best, like, trading costs. Well, you're too poor for this all. I mean, this is poor person trading strategy, basically. And again, it's not something I recommend. It's like all the YouTube all caps videos, right? Like the equivalent of solo Renekton only, you know, going 15-1 on, you know, something stupid Braum top or something, right? Like those all caps videos with all that, like that's the equivalent of someone saying, oh, I just got 5x trading this and this. Check out this strategy that's insane, you know, triple your money and whatever. it's like a very, very good return. I know I sound like an old person. It's just like, and it sucks, but I've been trying to trade stocks and options and things like that for like probably 15 years.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
And it's just spinning your tires in the mud. Like, I was researching a lot of stuff, you know, looking at CNBC articles, Forbes articles, like even in listening in on conference calls for the companies that I earn, like reading earnings reports, you know, just like lots of shit every day. You know, there was a time there, it was like 4 or 5 hours a day, I was like studying investing stuff, like really, really trying. But, you know, I would have some winners, I would have some losers, but I think over time, I don't think I ever beat the S&P 500 over a long period of time with like quick transactions. Like, I never did like actual literal day trading, but I would like hold stuff for a week or a month or something like that and then try to flip it. But how much does it cost? What's the transaction or the roll cost? Let me see. Because it's the transaction. Oh. $50. I don't know. But that's what'll get you in a lot of places are these like the... It's either like a lot of places are cheaper on like the literal trade costs. Like many places are free or options are like 50 cents or $1 a contract, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about futures, but I know that people who try to go really hard and get as much leverage as they possibly can on like day trading will use futures.
Let's dance.
It also gets around the day trading requirement because it's okay to do that on futures. If you do that with stocks, like day trade stocks, you'll be flagged as a pattern day trader, and they won't give you as much leverage. Well, I mean, I guess Nasus and Hecarim are kind of bruisers. Like, maybe LeBlanc can kill Cat. I don't know. I guess this looks okay. I was trying to learn about futures, but basically, like, I listened to several podcasts about it, but pretty much, like, it's way too expensive for normal people to hold futures for a long period of time. Depends on what your futures are, but futures are cool too, like, somewhat, because you can get direct exposure to, like, commodities. So if you just want to own oil and like track the price action of oil, or you just want to own gold, but you don't want to own... I mean, I guess with gold you can get like a fund, like the GLD or something. I don't know if you can do that for oil. But if you just want oil, or you just want wheat, or like pork belly futures, copper, like just weird shit that's like not actual companies,
To Summoner's Rift.
futures can give you exposure to that. So that does take some risk off the table. Because if you, like, you want to own gold and you buy a gold mine, well, you know, there could be a revolution in some country where there's a gold mine that's important, or it could flood or blow up, or there's a strike, or, you know, there's just any number of random bullshit can happen to a company. But, like, the price of gold itself, it would be less likely to impact the overall price of gold. So it would limit some of your risk.
Different when we're in
But
charge, Riku. More dark matter? Everywhere. As far as the eye can see.
I don't know. In other words, if you're just looking to gamble, I would just buy like cheap ass stocks Like I said, like pharmaceutical stocks that have a phase 3 drug trial that are like $1 a share or something. I would do something like that rather than buying options. Options are just like, they look cheap, but it's, the probability of succeeding with them is very low over a long period of time. I mean, you can see the literal probability, like the broker I use will literally tell you the probability of the trade. It's something like an at-the-money call. If you buy it, it's like a 34% chance. Or something like that. That you're gonna make money if you buy it. I don't play Ivern, no. I've played him in the past. The only thing I've been winning on lately is Rakan, and as you can see, the last couple games haven't even been winning that much. Because, like, I've sold at the money puts before, or calls. And at the money, it's going to be standard deviation, typically. One standard deviation. To make money if you sell. That means you have like a 66% chance of making money if you sell.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
So that means if the seller has a 66% chance to win, then the buyer is going to have a 34% chance to win. Because seller wins the push. Like, if the stock goes nowhere, you make money if you're the seller. If the stock goes nowhere, you lose all your money if you're the buyer. No, don't go that far, dude. She flashed, right? Yeah. I mean, that's balanced by the fact, you know, you're selling, it's limited. Like, you can only ever make a very small amount, you know? If you buy, especially if you buy a call, it could go up infinitely. So you're paying for that infinite, like, risk, right, that the other side's taking. So it's priced to infinity, but it's like, it's never going to go there. So it's overpriced. If that makes sense. It's like Knossos can stack, you know, Knossos is somewhat balanced around the fact that he can get to 1,000 stacks. It's like, is he going to do that in most games? No. Or like Vagar, right? It's like, yeah, he has infinite scaling, but, you know, there's a finite amount of time in a game. Got a little overconfident there. So that's what I think. Again, I'm not like an expert mathematician. I need to learn more about statistics, honestly. There's so many things where statistics could come in, and it's just hard for me to kind of wrap my brain around it sometimes. Yeah, Ezreal got exhausted, but I was just waiting on them to blow all their stuff. I wanted that cannon minion. I think that gave us level 3.
Ooh, Riku, let's destroy everything.
So I don't know. I know I sound like an old man talking about all this statistical mumbo jumbo, but that's really, options are all about statistics. That Black Shoal model, which is a statistical model that someone won the Nobel Prize for creating, which explains implied volatility in options.
I'm just helping it along.
So yeah, we'll see. Good luck. I hope you make that money tomorrow. I do have some sold puts on the S&P 500, so I'm also rooting for it to go up.
An enemy has been slain.
But like, I know like you have to have capital though to sell options. Like, not getting a lot of leverage is really the way to make money on them. But it's like when you're selling options, like if the price is somewhere in the neighborhood of like $3.80 a share right now on the S&P 500, right? And then if I were to like sell it at $3.70 for, you know, the January expiration at $3.70 for like, I don't know, $2 a share. I don't know what it's priced at right now. Then if it goes up, I still get like 2/3% in a couple of weeks. So that's still really good. Like getting, you know, 0.5% to 1% profit in a month is still really good. If it goes down, if the stock market blows out, well, then I just got the S&P 500 at a discount. Like I saved the $10 there, aka the $1,000 because it's an option. And I get to buy the S&P 500 at a cheaper price, and I still get the $2. So it's like you're basically saying, hey, you know what? I will make a deal with somebody. I will buy this really good asset at a lower price. I'll agree to buy it at a lower price. And for giving this person the privilege to sell that to me at a lower price, they're going to give me $200. It's like, yeah, right? I mean, just think about that deal with like almost anything else in life. It's like, hey man, I'm not sure if this really cool TV is going to go on sale, but I will agree to buy this $2,000 TV. If it goes on sale for $1,500, I'll tell the store, I'm guaranteeing you I'll buy that. And no matter what, for me to give the store that guarantee, they'll give me $50. Something like that. Like, that's the reasoning behind selling options. And that's why it's such a good deal if you do it right. And you don't get, like, too greedy with it. Because you get to buy something that's good, that you want anyways, at a discounted price, and people will pay you to do that. Because they're getting insurance. Because that store, you know, if they have to go on sale, they want that guaranteed sale. Right? That gives them, you know, really good visibility. That takes away an uncertainty. They know they have the sale. No matter what the hell happens in the economy, we could go into a Great Depression, they still get that money. They're still selling that TV no matter what. So they're paying you a premium for that certainty. Yeah, I know, it sucks. Like, market's just kind of down across the board. But, of course, the downside of that is you have to actually have enough money to buy 100 shares of it. Right? So you'd have to have $38,000 for 100 shares of the S&P 500. If it's 380, you'd have to have $38,000 sitting around to cover it. Now, you can sell it again. As soon as you get it, you can sell it back and get your money back if you want. But, you have to keep that money on hand. So that's the thing, is you can't really... You can do spreads instead. You can sell spreads. That's a little more complicated, and that cuts into your profit significantly. But I would say, yeah, if you want leverage, like, I would still try to sell options with spreads. So that's a little too hard for me to explain, I think, just abstractly here. But basically, you do a combination of saying something like, I'll buy S&P 500 at $370 a share, but then I'm also going to buy insurance on it at $360 or something like that. So then my cost for that is only $1,000. So I would only have to hold $1,000 for that instead of $38,000, because my maximum risk is the difference between where I sold it and where I bought it lower. I guess it's a bit much. It's a bit complicated. to explain without like having
I don't apologize.
graphs and examples. But you can do it with spreads. And so you might, like, instead of getting $200 for that, you might get $50 for that. For a spread like that.
I do what
You
I
can sell them. You can't exercise them. You can sell them. European options, you can't exercise. So, basically what you're doing, you probably never want to exercise. So exercise is like, let's say that I have a, let's say that I agree to buy S&P 500 at 370 and it goes down tomorrow, crazy shit happens with the jobs report, and it goes down to 365. But the option may not expire for another week and a half. I can still hold it. And then if it goes up, I don't have to buy it. If it's Europe, I don't have to buy it until the last day of expiration. Like, I don't have to take delivery of the stocks. So in other words, like, I can just hold it and see if it goes back up. I can still sell it if I want to. I can still get rid of the contract to somebody else if I want to and just take a small loss, or I can hold it. With American, someone can take delivery of the stock anytime. So if it's at 365 and it's a week early and for some reason somebody wants those stocks, they can do that. But it's really, really rare for someone to want to do that outside of just 1 or 2 days. It's hard to explain like why really quickly, but most people who are trading options don't want to take delivery. They just want the contract itself. And then they sell it before they take delivery. Because then you don't have to pay the transaction costs, or it's a lot less. And you don't have to worry about, like, as much about tax stuff if you're a really big company, and it gets complicated. But you're almost never going to get exercised on,
Killing spree.
because most people don't want to take delivery. What's up, Deshane? Well, I thought maybe I could get the karma, but I think she healed a little bit there. Ezreal's like low mana and just doesn't have a ton of punch yet. But yeah, Europe, you're not allowed to exercise early. I mean, honestly, it's kind of fucking troll. Like, I've had it happen to me before, where someone exercised on like a Thursday when the last day was Friday. It wasn't that, like, super annoying because I was planning on taking delivery anyways. Just to save on the transaction costs, because I don't mind. Like I said, the worst case scenario is I just buy the S&P 500 at 370, and then the next month I can just sell a covered call on it. So I really don't mind taking delivery, and I have the capital to cover it, right? Because I'm not doing it if I don't have the capital to cover it. So, whereas a lot of people who are doing these like call and put spreads and all this stuff, they don't want to take delivery because they don't have, you know, in the case of the S&P 500, they may not have $38,000 just sitting around. You know what I mean? So they really, really can't take delivery. They're forced to sell.
Whoa! I saw stars for a second.
So yeah, it's complicated, but the moral of the story is if you're doing options, sell. Don't buy. No! Fuck. Well, we got her, I guess, but she shut me down and I lost my mage eyes. I gotta play safer, man. I didn't mean to take 2 shots. I should not have autoed. Fuck, I was at 12 stacks, too.
Your team has destroyed.
It's pretty demoralizing when you lose your mage eye stacks. This build is not one for the faint of heart.
Thanks,
Yeah, I think 2023 is probably going to be a relatively flat year. I don't know. I would say it's going to move within 10% or less. I don't think it's going to be a huge year. Some people are saying it's going to be like a massive downside. There's going to be a recession, technically. There's going to be a recession. Like, the rates are too high. There's going to be a recession, but they kind of want that. But I think inflation will come down a little bit. Rates will go up a little bit. But I think a lot of it's already priced in. Unless we, like, go to war with China or something. Which, hopefully not. Or Russia. Aside from some geopolitical thing, or there's some crazy variant of COVID. Just the way stuff is kind of shaken out right now. I feel like 2023 is going to be relatively chill. I think if anything, it's likely to go up rather than down. So I think people are maybe a little bit more doom and gloom than they should be, but I don't think it's going to be like a 2020 where everyone is like extremely doom and gloom. That's the craziest, that has to be one of the craziest years in financial history. Where the market was down 30 or 40% at one point, but then was up like 20+% by the end of the year. It's like a 50% swing. It's absolutely nuts. Well, it just corrected. I mean, so many of those stock prices made no sense, but they held their valuation for like a year and a half or 2 years. It's just like bonds were so horrible. Like, who the fuck's gonna buy bonds at like 0%? So everyone just like had to buy stocks. Fuck am I? Okay, I got out. I kind of lost track of my character for a second there. Old man problems. Yeah, I've been trying the Magi's out. I really like it with Radiant. I had a pretty good win rate on it. The last 2 games were not great examples of it. But you only need 6 stacks to be cost efficient. And if you get to 10, it's really, really good on Rakan because you get the movement speed. Because, like, now we're doing Relic, which gives you more health. You're doing Relic, which gives more health. Radiant gives more health. You get a burst of health whenever you use your ultimate. Magi's gives health. So typically you can get like, you know, 26, 28, 100, 3,000 health sometimes. And Rakan, like, you can just move around a lot. And there's not a lot of burst assassins in the meta. I know we've had one in, like, every single game. But a lot of it's just, like, bruisers. And so there's not really that many threats that are going to one-shot you.
The light inside me died a long time ago.
Magi is AP, but it also gives health now. It gives 100 health. So it's not like a ton. But also, if you have 10 stacks, you gain 10% movement speed. So yeah, at 6 stacks, it's 100% cost efficient. It's also a cheap item and counts as legendary. So that means that it's the cheapest legendary you can get. So that means when you get your mythic passive off of Radiant, then you're getting a free 100 health on it, pretty much.
Living the dream.
Oh, I didn't need to do that. I already had that warrior. It's kind of wasted. But I can place one more down south. Okay.
Rampage.
No, it's been that way for a while. It's just a lot of people don't get it. Don't purchase the item. But yeah, Radiant is kind of the new item. So Magi's been that way, but it's really the Radiant that's the key.
Ooh, and it swishes.
it does slow down your Radiant completion. But Rakan is really good with AP. He just can't usually buy that much of it. Like, he has really good ratios. His passive is like a 0.7 or 0.8 or 0.9. His, that's another thing, is all that AP gives him a lot more health. Like, right now, I basically have 200 health off my passive. And I don't even have that many stacks. But he's just been kind of lacking the AP and, like, the snowball potential. Especially because, like, I don't do Shurelya's as much anymore. And it kind of matches my playstyle. Like, usually I'm pretty good at not dying. I don't think we want it. We're down 2 people. Don't die, Baron. Fuck, that's gonna be Baron. Probably. I'm not sure if we should. We probably should not have flipped that. We're so far ahead. For some reason, I thought Jarvan was dead. I mean, Hecarim is up 4 levels on him, but I don't think level matters as much anymore. See, like, right there, 1 team fight, I'm at 14 stacks. Like, this, it's, like, insanely cost efficient if you get stacks on it. But I think people underestimate, like, you don't need that many stacks. Like, a lot of support items are not even 100% efficient. I think Knight's Vow is like 80%. Now, obviously, you're paying for the passive on that, so it has more value, but a lot of support items are inefficient. And so getting something that's 100% efficient that has a lot of upside, I mean, even just at 10 stacks, that's really, really good. That's super efficient in terms of just the AP, but then also 10% permanent movement speed on a champion like Rakan is massive. You can also, I also get Knight's Vow to protect it. Like, it just works really well with the build that I've been digging lately. Yeah, you can do that. Sona's risky. Janna, yes, because they don't die. Basically, if you play on a champion where you can play really safe and have a low amount of deaths, it scales really well with AP. Mage Eyes is a good choice on support. Another thing about support is, like, it's very rare for me to ever complete 3 items. So usually I'm sitting on like an item and a half, and then just something like sitting on 2 items and a Kindle Gem or something like that. But if you have a Mage Eyes, usually it slots in pretty well in the build where you can have 2 completed items and a Mage Eyes, because it's only 1600 gold instead of 24. It is a little awkward early if you don't snowball.
I only believe in myself.
Yeah, she's right there. So, it is a little weird. I think it was earlier this game, one of the games, I was sitting on like 600 gold, and I was like, man, this kind of sucks. I can't buy anything, because all my slots were taken up, and I couldn't complete the Mage Eyes. Radiant is also kind of a weird build, because it requires 3 components, and it's 3,000 gold. I wish they would lower the cost on Radiant to 2,800, and just, like, lower the stats on it a little bit. Like, take it down to 25-25 on the armor magic resist, and lower the cost by 200. I would love it. 2,800, then it's like an expensive support item or a cheap bruiser item. But I think it really should be a support item. Right now it's priced like it's a full price like bruiser item, which I think is not a good way to try to balance it. Alright, Cat's really the only way we lose.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has
We just
destroyed
split
an
up,
inhibitor.
which is awkward.
An ally has been slain.
Doing the right thing was boring.
Alright, I'm just gonna put a ward here to see if they come into our jungle. But yeah, look at this shield on me right now, which is 14 stacks. It's like 300 extra. So I have like almost 3,100 health right now, effectively. So I actually got to run away from this like 3-item Katarina and live to tell about it after the team just got whacked right there.
And I embrace the darkness. Woohoo!
But yeah, Janna's similar to Rakan in the sense of like, you can get out of almost anything if you really want to. It also encourages you to play what I think is the superior style of play with most supports, which is don't die. Like, make plays, but don't die. Because when you die, obviously you're giving gold, but you're also losing map pressure. Like, all of your wards are falling down. You're losing opportunities to make plays when you're dead, because you can't rotate, you don't have vision, you can't protect objectives, you can't defend towers. Like, it's just really bad when you're dead.
Has been slain.
So some people would say you don't want to play with a pansy playstyle, you need to make plays. It's like, yes, you do, but you also need to not die. Like, dying is very bad. Especially because even if you're getting kills, even if you're being aggressive on a lot of supports, you're just not going to be able to carry like a traditional carry. I don't like carries trading kills either, but at least if you're playing something like Aatrox and you're trading kills, you're like, okay, at some point I'm going to be able to 1v9. It's like, that's just not happening when you're playing Rakan. Like, you're not going to 1v9. So it's even worse on support than it is on other champions to die. That's my take on it. Now, you could argue something like Zyra, Lux, whatever. Like, yeah, they do, like, okay. With gold, but they're not farming, right? So they're not going to be able to get the gold from farm and, like, items stack multiplicatively. So you don't want your support getting kills. Like, you want the support, the farm, like, everything, you want that to go over to, ideally one character that has the potential to just, like, hardcore carry the game, right? Like, you don't want to be taking all the farm as Zyra and, like, getting all the kills as Zyra. In theory, if you could give that gold over to someone else who is also farming a lot. Right, over to the Aatrox, who also has 200 farm and is up 3 or 4 levels on you. You want him to have all the gold, rather than you. So, anyways, I think it promotes a healthy playstyle as well. It makes you think twice, because you could lose those stacks. And so, you know, again, some people make the argument, if you have Mage Eyes and you're going to play like a little bee, and you're not going to help your team out when you need to help your team. But it's like, you can still do that, but I think that just putting just a little bit of that, like, let me double check this in my mind before I do this, because I don't want to lose these stacks, is probably a good idea. Because I think a lot of us need, especially in, like, gold, platinum level and lower, like, you need to double check stuff in your mind before you do it. You're like, is that really a good idea to try to help this guy in this 2v4? Is that really a good idea to dive this tower when we don't know where the mid and the jungler is? Right? Because a lot of high-level players, they're thinking that. They're, like, triple-checking stuff in their mind before they do it. Like, they're doing it a lot faster. it's like almost instantaneous. They're running through a list of stuff in their minds to think, is this really a good idea? But so anyways, I like it. I think it's a good item. I've been winning a pretty good chunk. I have been forcing it every game just to try, and there definitely are some situations where it's bad. I'll make a guide for Rakan, maybe for the start of next season, where I'll talk about it. But overall, it's been good. I've been the last couple of days have been a little rough, but before that, I was doing pretty well. And it's like, again, even though the last 2 days were rough, over however many games this is with Rakan, was that 20 games? I'm still 60% with like a 5 KDA. And on the season as a whole, I'm 58% out of 80 games played with a 5 KDA. So, like, I'm playing some of the best Rakan I've played in a while, even though I have bad games. And not all of those have been Radiant Rakan, but it's been a little while since I've been doing Radiant. I just started doing the Doran's Ring with the Radiant. Like, I wasn't doing it here. So it's really just in the last week or so I've been testing it out. But it's been working pretty well. I mean, when did I start doing it? Let me see. Consistently. There's Mage Eyes. Okay, so like 4 days ago, I guess. So since I started doing that every game, whether I'm winning or losing or whatever, I'm what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I just got another win right there. 8. 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 and 5. That's above average. Was that like 63% or something? Hey, what's up, Sam? That's going to be it for me tonight, though. So I'm sorry you just came in. But I do need to start getting up a bit earlier in the morning. I was just reflecting on the Mage Eyes and how it's going, and I think I'm 8 and 5. This may not have included... I might be 8 and 6. Let me see how many times have I lost today. I think I've lost twice, so maybe I'm 8 and 6. Which might actually be somewhere around 58%. I'm not sure. But I'm playing pretty well. And some of these were definitely winnable. Like this game, this is one game you should not buy it, though. If they have heavy CC plus burst, probably not a good idea. Unless you're really far ahead. But like the Maokai plus the Katarina was a really big problem in that game. But anyways, okay, that's going to be it. I'll be back tomorrow, probably around, we'll shoot for around 10:30 or so Eastern Standard Time. We'll see how it goes. But other than that, I'll see y'all then. Have a great day.